What's going on, guys? It's your average consumer, and today we're going to be talking about some of the best smartphones you can get for back to school. Now, first up on our list is the Nextbit Robin. The Nextbit Robin makes a great back to school phone because it has a pretty fun design, it's super lightweight, and it comes in some pretty unique colors. We're talking mint, midnight blue, and even red for some of you who want something a bit more bold. The Nextbit Robin is primarily made out of plastic, which is actually not a bad thing here because it gives it a nice feel in the hand and is definitely not as slippery as some of those aluminum and glass phones that are out there. So if you're walking in a crowded hallway or on a busy campus, no worries about this phone falling out of your hands if you happen to bump into someone. We're looking at a tall phone here, but that's because of the stereo speakers that we've got around this 5.2-inch display, and front-facing speakers are quite the rarity, so they're very welcomed here. So if you're taking a break from work, you'll be able to enjoy watching your favorite shows or movies with a pretty nice display and some pretty decent sound quality. Something I like about this phone is that its unique design tends to be a pretty good conversation starter. In my times out with it, I've had a few people come up and ask me what phone it is. The Robin is running a skin version of Android, but the experience is still pretty smooth and it offers some pretty nice features. You've got a fingerprint scanner on the power button, which is really convenient since you can unlock the phone and get into it really quickly, but I think the biggest selling point is the cloud storage. And for those of you who tend to kill your storage with selfies and saving those snap stories, the Nextbit Robin gives you 100 gigs of free cloud storage, so you have a harder time running out of space. And I like this because unlike other phones, you don't have to spend an extra $100 or so just so you can have more storage on your base model. And the most important thing of all is that price. We all know what that student life is like, so if you want a solid phone without having to go rob a bank, you can get this guy for $300. For a phone like this, that's a killer deal and probably one of the best you'll find for a smartphone today. And for those of you who can't wait to go back to math class, we've got the OnePlus 3. But in all seriousness, the OnePlus 3 is pretty much a flagship level phone, but only retails for $400. This is $100 more than the Nextbit Robin, but if you're really into specs and customization, this is a solid choice for you. We're looking at a very nice 5.5-inch 1080p display with an all-aluminum body, which a lot of smartphones are doing these days because it helps it to feel like a premium device without the crazy price tag. There aren't a ton of color options available just yet, but if you really want to stand out against your friends, OnePlus does offer some very nice and sleek cases so you can switch up your style and get a little something more your taste. It's running a pretty stock version of Android with a few bells and whistles. If you're really crazy about customizing your phone, the OnePlus 3 gives you a lot of options to do that, but if you want to take it a step further, there are quite a few online communities that are all about ROMing and hacking this thing so you can get the very most out of it. $400, some seriously awesome specs, and a ton of customization, that's pretty much what Android's all about. And last but not least, we've got the iPhone SE. This is one of Apple's rare budget-friendly devices, but unlike the iPhone 5C, this one's a bit more premium since it has the same design as the original iPhone 5. That means you've got something a bit more compact since you've got that 4-inch display, which makes it one of the only phones today that can be completely used with one hand. A smaller design means it's easier to travel with since you can tuck it away in virtually any pocket or even a backpack compartment. We're essentially looking at an iPhone 6s crammed inside the body of an iPhone 5. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a huge fan of the iPhone 5's design, and I think it's pretty cool that you're able to get the latest iPhone inside a much smaller body. Not everyone wants a giant phone just so they can have the latest specs. I'm looking at you, ladies. But that about wraps it up for my quick list of the best smartphones for back to school. And if you want to see more back to school content, I'll have some more rolling out this week. Till then, it's your average consumer. Peace.